At the outset, I thank the chairman of this session, my co-presenters, and the people who are behind this spectacular AIOC 2016 at this beautiful city of Calcutta. Ladies and friends, I am just going to share you a financial disclosure. The disclosure is that if you are going to be patient enough for the next 10 minutes and listen to me, probably I'll give you some tricks which will quadruple your per day revenue from your clinic. Every day you sit in your clinic probably for 4 hours if you are a part-time practitioner, or 8 hours if you are a full-time practitioner. Should you at the end of the day's practice see how much you have made as revenues, then these tricks which are there in this PowerPoint will help you to make it 4 times what you are doing it today. The most under potential explored area in our practice, I think over a period of time we realize, but most of the times we realize later in our career. Probably we realize on the day 1 of our career we'll make a very good thing out of this, is refraction. All our patients need refraction. And most of our patients choose us first for refraction. They don't come for modern VR surgeries to you, even though if you are a retina specialist practicing individually in a place, they first come to you for refraction. But over time, we have developed our outpatient services, we have developed our reception areas, we have developed our operation theatres exponentially from the way they were previously. But only our refraction room, if you see, is like this. Most of the times this is what is done. You never see it because it is done by your optometrist. You hire your optometrist, they try a spherocylindrical combination and try to convince the patient that that is correct. But most of the times the patient ends up buying a spectacles which is 10 times your fees with a neighboring optical shop, and then finds the spectacle very uncomfortable and comes to you with that and wants you to repair it. How he thinks you are fit to repair it is only he can say, but he says the spectacle is not comfortable and he wants it changed. But if you look at it, most of the revenues out of this transaction has gone to your neighborhood optician. You would have collected at best 100 or 200 rupees as fees, and for that you will have to suffer this kind of problems. So my idea is to modernize the refraction service which we have for the wow effect which we always tend to give. We do phacoemulsification to give wow effect. Over phaco we do MICS to give a wow effect. We do multifocals, we do torics to give that beautiful vision to the patient the moment the dressing is removed. That is what we today want. In that scenario, only this we tend to keep it very outdated. I will tell you certain tricks by which we can update it. One of those is a Snellen chart. The Snellen chart, if you see, from time immemorial is like this only. Only the alphabets change or the optotypes change, but never it has changed beyond this. But to make it modern and look it slick with the current generation, we have chart projectors and we have LCD screens. The LCD projectors and the chart projectors do an excellent job. The job is they show optotypes which are very perfect with crystal clear clarity, with the lighting and illumination adequate and perfect as you design. The optotypes you can decide. You can decide which optotypes you want. You can decide whether it's going to be in the local vernacular, you want it to be pictures if it is children. You even can show certain interesting clinical pictures with these chart projectors. The pictures can be used as an education tool for your patients and a counseling tool for your patients. So as the patient is being consulted by you, you can show them these things. Most of the times if you notice our patients, they want to read the 6-5 line before they leave our clinic. But that will take 1.5 hours which we don't have to spare to that particular patient. So in this kind of scenarios, you can show the 618 line and the patient will think it is a 66 line. There is no way he knows that it is the last line or the first line or the in-between line. You can throw whichever line you want and you can say that the patient is seeing well, because most of the times that is what you want, except in the fine refraction which your optometrist is obviously going to do. So these chart projectors, and today These chart projectors have been almost pushed aside, and the modern LCD screens have come. They cost somewhere around 70 to 80,000 rupees indigenous, and imported ones around 1 to 1.25 lakh rupee. They can create a huge wow effect because it will have something which is almost comprehensive. You can even do color testing, you can do contrast sensitivity testing, you can do whatever you want, you can test with this. You can even remove the Snellen chart and say I am going to project the logmark chart to the patient. You can do this with this charts, and that is one thing which will be making a huge difference in the way we are going to do our refraction service to our patients. The next thing which we are very sentimental with, most of our trial sets will be the oldest which we bought when we started our clinic. We wouldn't have changed it over time immemorial. We will have every Ayuda Puja, we will put one Pottu over it, and it would have around 100 Pottus if you live 100 years, because it will stay with you forever. There is no way you are going to replace this, because it stays. It stands the test of time. Only thing, it doesn't stand the test of the newer generation of people who want modern things. So how to change from this small trial set to a beautiful and a slick phoropter. The phoropter has just dials. It has a nice way of switching those dials and bringing in the cylinder in front of the patient, removing the cylinder out of the patient, bringing a cover, removing the occluder. Everything can be done in a sophisticated way. All it needs is just say 10 cases of learning. We'll have a learning curve with this also. So that learning curve, in my opinion, is just 10 cases. Beyond 10 cases, you will get very adept with this, and you can switch very easily the necessary spherocylindrical combination in front of the patient's eye and convince him that he sees better. And take it from me, every patient who sits in a phoropter has a wow feeling. He thinks that you have tested something very sophisticated with him than you do with the trial state. This phoropter is an excellent thing which we can add to our equipments in the refraction room and make the patients understand that we are caring for them and we are giving the very latest to them in terms of ophthalmic care. The other things mostly we have changed. The keratometers we have now, the handheld digital keratometers, which are very slick, very sophisticated. Even the auto-refractometers which come with K, that also are very, very beautiful. So the K reading is taken. It is used for IOL calculations, contact lens measurements, everything. That you don't need to use the old machine. It is very difficult to focus these Myers and concentrate. That doesn't work anymore. The digital ones are very better. The next thing which we can add to our repertory is a frame selector. Should the patient be interested in, because now the subsequent speakers of mine will tell you how to create a small optical dispensing unit in your own clinic and manage it by yourself by keeping 1 or 2 people as staff and making huge revenues out of that optical dispensing unit. For that, you will have to counsel a bit on the patient's need, because most of the times if you see, the patient will be having a broad face. They will take a progressive multifocal and the frame will be not even 2 fingers width. That is the mistake they make with the local opticians, and then they come to you for correction. How will you ever correct these things? So if you are going to give them your own teaching, your own selection process, make them understand that these things are important in the frame selection, more so in pediatric patients. When children come, when you have to show them that this is how the spectacles will look, then this kind of software are available. You can put it in your own systems and make one of your staff trained in it, and they can show these patients this, and sure these things impress the patients very much and go a long way, especially with children. When you are dealing more with pediatric patients and the younger generation patients, then these things make a huge difference in the way they affect the day-to-day practice. Of course, whenever we deal with patients, we need to deal with patients as families. We treat one grandchild of the family better, we are going to get the grandparents of the family to us. That is how we have to look at patients. We cannot anymore look at patients as individuals, they are families. And when we deal with these families, whether it's pediatric, whether it's adolescent, whether it's early adulthood, then those patients we have to give more time, as we give to the patients with diabetic retinopathy, glaucoma and cataract, which we are more doing even today. Every time we deal with these patients adequately, then we will get a very good sophisticated refraction system, and this sophisticated refraction system will make a huge difference in the way we practice. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.